As of today, December 2nd, 2015, there has been, you know, I'm going to post a link down below. Today, today marks the 352nd mass shooting in 2015 in the United States. In a publication called the Business Insider, post a link down below, there has been, let's see, before the mass shooting in Roseburg, Oregon, on Thursday that left 10 people dead, the U.S. has gone nearly 48 hours without a mass shooting, and that's abnormal according to the mass shooting tracker. Says that an event qualifies as a mass shooting if four or more people are killed. The most obscene incidents of gun violence usually do not make the mainstream news at all. Guns are cool reasons on the Reddit page for the mass shooting tracker. Why? Because their definition is incorrect. The mainstream news meaning of mass shooting should be more accurately described as mass murder. Based on these numbers, President Barack Obama's claim that these kind of events have become routine rings true. The reporting is routine. My response here at this podium is routine. The conversation in the aftermath of it, we are all become numb to this. A visibly frustrated Obama said Thursday at the White House in the hours after the arrogant shooting. Now, mind you, this site that I'm going to link to down below is from a conservative website, and normally I do not cite conservative sources at this particular juncture unless I absolutely have to, unless the information has been verified, and or at least it makes sense to me to post the information and you could dig up the research for yourself. But I want you to think about this for a moment. Let me make a couple of things very clear. I'm all for people having the right to own a firearm to defend themselves, to go hunting, or even if you're a collector. I can understand that. But the problem is that we do not have a system in check that basically looks at the people buying the guns and says, you know what, maybe, yeah, you're collecting a little bit too many firearms and you've been saying some really whacked out stuff on Tumblr. You know what, maybe we should take a closer look at you. Till then, maybe we can hold off on you buying a gun. Something along that line. Something that says, you know what, you're kind of a little upset right now, and you're very visibly frustrated, or you have a relative in your house that's mentally ill and that has some really serious issues. Maybe you should just put the guns away for now. Maybe you should just not buy any, or at least shopkeepers should be checking in just to see what this guy's been buying. I mean, how many more shootings is it going to take before we enact sensible, sane gun regulations? I'm not talking about taking away people's, guns or penis substitutes. I'm talking about, you know what? Let's look at what's been going on and make some choices that will benefit everyone. But unfortunately, you get some individuals, that feel that any sort of regulation will create problems. Really? Well, evidently, if people can't control themselves, somebody has to step in and do something. That makes sense, right? Right? Anyway, 352 this year mass shootings, 2015, as of December the 2nd, 2015. 352. Let that number sink in. And how many people were killed as a result of those 352 mass shootings? How many resources have been taken away from firearms, from police officers, fire department, medical care, to look after the victims of these shootings? How many people have to be killed or injured by firearms before we do something? Let's at least have the conversation. Anyway, Dumac the Artist signing off. Sunshine Falcha. Have a nice day. 352.